You're watching Let's Chat.
Something many of you have heard about over the past several weeks, and that is the semi-retirement of our Chief Meteorologist Patrick Core. What does semi-retirement mean? Well, for somebody like Patrick, it probably just means he's not going to be making a stop here every day. We did want to spend a few minutes with him and catch up on, so many things. Patrick, good to see you.
Good seeing you, Chip.
This is your last full-time day. And we want to make it abundantly clear Patrick will still be here, seen on News 12, on a regular basis, more or less. But today's the last really...
kind of the official day.
Yeah.
And it's been bittersweet, 32 and a half years. And I tell you, you've been around with me such a long time through those years. And we've had some great times. And you've really been a blessing helping me with forecasting and just having a good time on television. It's been a neat ride.
It has been an honor working with you day in and day out. Even though we don't see each other every day, we certainly communicate regularly. And 32, 33 years ago, when you walked into this building and you had your first couple of days on the air, you hadn't been married long, no kids. Now you have how many kids?
3, a grandchild, another one on the way in a couple of months. And
wow.
You know, it's amazing when you spend over half your life doing something and being somewhere, and I'm totally blessed. This place gave me an opportunity, and I'd like to thank them, obviously, thank the viewers who have stuck with us so long, and sometimes we take them for granted, and especially I'd like to thank my wife.
Sure.
Because, you know, when you're in this business, you know, there's sacrifices to be made. Our schedules are crazy sometimes.
Right.
And, she's gone above and beyond being my wife, and I'd like to personally thank her. She's been absolutely wonderful all these years.
Kathy's a first-class lady, no doubt about it. I wanted to ask you, one of the first big weather moments I remember you and I going head-to-head on, trying to figure out what was going to go on. It wasn't here. I think it was Hurricane Hugo.
Yeah.
That takes us back a little over 30 years, right?
That's a long time ago. Yeah, that was back in the early 90s. And, you know, just one of those landfalling storms. And sometimes you just think, okay, where it's going to hit, if it's going to affect us, how much it's going to affect us, and what will happen. And, you know, that's the toughest part of these forecasts and trying to inform people. You know, another example, the blizzard of '93. Nobody will ever forget that. You know, nobody's thinking, we're going to see 4 or 5 inches of snow tops, but 20 inches of snow. and I can remember working one of those morning shows. I was a little more brash than I used to be, back then than I am now. And I said, we're going to have a snow of biblical proportion.
And boy, you nailed it on the head.
I was brought into an office afterwards. And
I
some
remember
certain
that.
folks said, this better happen.
And it did, because if you remember that day, we were doing the morning show live from the grand opening of the then Red Food Store in Ooltewah. And you couldn't get a better time to do a live opening for a grocery store on the day that people like Patrick are saying, we're going to have a snow of biblical proportions.
Well, and I'm sure everybody said, oh, you're in cahoots with all these people, you know. Do you have stock in this company? And Luther would tease us saying, yeah, you know something that I don't know.
Yeah, and Luther would cut you to the core, no pun intended, if you did a forecast like that and nothing happened. He could strut in the door and give you that look and just shake the head, and that would be about it.
You're finished in this town.
That's right. You're finished in this town. So you are going to still be here on a part-time in and out basis. What are you going to do the other times when you're not here? What lies ahead?
Well, I'd like to spend more time with family.
Sure.
Do things that we haven't been able to do. Got grandchildren. Like to garden a little bit more, fish a little bit more, and I do have a business of my own called the Tri-State Weather Network, where I provide radio weather forecasts for about 25 different radio stations, do some consulting there. And so I'd like to kind of concentrate on that, and I'm looking forward to that.
So you are not just hanging up the forecast hat and walking off into the sunset. You're still going to be here with us.
And I'll still be here.
Yeah, you certainly will. We prepared a few farewell parting questions for Patrick. It's called Patrick Core, the lightning round. I know because it says so right here on the envelope. All right, you ready, Patrick?
Are you sure you want to open that?
Yeah, I actually think I am. So what we're going to do here is don't think these through a whole lot, just your first initial response.
All
right. Baseball or football?
Baseball.
No shock there. Beach or the mountains?
Mountains.
Beatles or the Stones?
Beatles.
Crunchy or creamy?
Crunchy.
All right. And last one, but certainly not least, the book or the movie?
Movie.
The movie. I figure, I'm not the best at forecasting, but I kind of had those figured out. Our friend Nichelle Patel wanted to stick around for just a moment. Present this to you as part of your
thank you so much. That is so
impending.
sweet of you. Didn't have to do that.
Yes, I did. You've been here a long time.
Yes.
Thank you very much. That is so sweet. What a beautiful cake. White chocolate too.
Yeah.
Boy, I'll have a lot of friends over at the house soon.
Nichelle, thank you so much.
You're
you,
welcome.
Nichelle.
Enjoy.
We thank
Yes.
you all for joining us as well.
That is
Patrick,
so
as I said earlier, it has been an honor, a privilege, and a pleasure. We wish you all the best.
Thank you, Chip. I
We'll see you
appreciate
soon.
it. Thank you.
See you back here at noon.